You bring up the mushroom thing. I don't think there's going to be a more appropriate segue for this, but I don't think I communicated this to you, but I may have at one of the Sunday dinners when, with respect to the listserv.
Yeah.
I was in Stockholm, Sweden, on a business trip 2 years ago or so. This is, I had mentioned prior to starting this podcast that I was looking for one of the emails that you had sent. And I would say that as far as my engagement with the listserv in general, and I'm presuming it's open to anybody that would like to join it. So yeah. I would recommend anybody that's interested in getting a weekly dose of cabinet of curiosity in your email that you should contact and join. What's the best way to do that? Can they one of the email addresses just email you?
Yeah, if you post it, it'll be easier. But
yeah, I'll post it in the various ways to post it on YouTube and etc.
Yeah.
But it's great to have it come in the inbox each week and then like engage it at the level that you're going to engage it in. Like it's not, a Home Depot spam email. Like it's actually content in there each week, and then depending on where you are in your life, you can engage it to whatever degree you want.
But I do like the idea that it's spam too, essentially.
Yeah.
It's essentially spam you get twice a week.
Yeah. So I was in Stockholm, Sweden, and I was there visiting the headquarters, the mothership, so to speak, of my the previous job at the video game company. And it was the first time that I was there, and it was a bit of a arm twisting to get me over there, which was kind of distasteful as far as I was concerned. That was part of the thing, at least for a significant portion of the time that I was there, that it was a special thing to go over there, and you had to like make sure that you went over there, like the baby bird gets fed,
Okay, interesting.
So I went over there, and it was invigorating to be there and to like show my worth and to like meet people in person rather than having to deal with them on the internet. But it was also a very isolating experience being in a different country, not knowing the language, people going home and doing their thing, and like me like having to figure out like how to eat and how to do all that. And I got this email, and actually I wonder, this one is
what's the date?
It's October 16th, 2018.
Wow, almost exactly 2 years ago.
Almost, yeah. It's and it was the header was 1:4 / this is mine : the aggressiveness of ownership. And there's a couple of pictures here. I'm not interested in competing with anyone. I hope we all make it on a big billboard.
And I should say these images, all the content comes from everyone. It's a call and response email listserv.
Yeah.
So on one day of the week, I say who wants to send in stuff, and it's always a different amount of people and always different people somehow.
Wow.
Yeah.
And sometimes no one.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I put it all together, and sometimes I contribute a lot or everything, and sometimes I don't contribute anything at all.
Yeah.
So that's what you're getting, are stuff that it's not me.
Yeah. So there's another one that's a GIF here, which I've always loved this. It's the sun moving through space, and it's showing all the planets rotating around it, and it's not what we can conventionally think of the disk format. It is it's moving, and it looks like a vortex, and that's what it says as the text underneath the GIF. It says it's a vortex, not a disk. Honestly, it kind of looks like it looks like a sperm, like moving through space too, which is kind of interesting. But the thing that really got me, again, I'm in my hotel room. I have like gotten like food from a 7-Eleven because like that was the easiest way to get food, and I'm so whacked out on jet lag. I don't really know what time it is, And at the bottom, it was about fungiculture, and I wonder if this is you or not. I'll read it. In an increasingly broken world, fungiculture is an opportunity. And just mind you, there are links, every 3 sentences or so to a different thing, that I'll only describe the first one. When you go to opportunity, there is an entire website about how to raise mushrooms. Available for anyone who needs it. Not a bummer for anyone feeling like they have to do it. There is no purely intellectual pursuit. Let me respectfully remind you, life and death are of supreme importance. Time swiftly passes by and opportunity is lost. Each of us should strive to awaken. ... Awaken. Take heed. Do not squander your life. More than wanting others to love what we love, we want them to hate what we hate. T. Kinsella and D. Banhart demand all future leaders 1. Are inaugurated with a psychedelic experience, and 2. Experience a day of hunger. Shelter, water, fire, food. God cities, not cities of God. All business travel distracts from suffering. Nobody creates their own salad. And the whole combination of experiences, particularly business travel distracts from suffering, was like, what, you know? And so I think of all of the emails I've gotten. No, it was great. It was really great. I sent it to Jessie, and she replied, thanks. It's good and true and hard. And
that was me that responded.
That was it. Yeah,
so
that's
simply?
what you said. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think you were confused. I'm not sure. Because I just said I got this email from Ariel, and I didn't describe like read the bottom.
No,
Like
I must have read it if I said it's good and true and hard.
Yes, you did, but I didn't give you any context for what I was going
That's
through.
fine. Yeah.
And to be fair, there is no context
No, there isn't.
for this project.
Yeah.
It's purposefully without.
But so that was
happy
the
that
most
affected you so
impactful
much.
one that I've had, and it was, I a lot of times when I go on when I was going on those types of business trips, I would get on them and then feel that type of alienation, and it was just cosmic to have that
Cool.
happen at the right time.
Very cool.
Do you recall if who wrote that, or if you wrote that, or?
So it's a mix. I can give you the liner notes if you want.
Okay.
I could do a short form liner notes,
Yeah.
but basically, so my process for that listserv is like I can live through my week just for myself, or just for me and Marissa and our dog Alfredo. Or I could do it like for my family and visit my grandparents. But I can also kind of do this hack where everything I listen to that's great, or I call gold, gets to be shared with now 81 people.
Yeah.
And it just feels like an easy, no-cost thing to do. And so that's
Yeah.
what it is. And that week I must have been working a lot, therefore listening to a lot of podcasts. And each sentence is basically from something else that felt amazing that week. And then the create your own salad is my observation. But for the most part, it's like there's a part from Tim Kinsella, who is the band leader of the band Joan of Arc, or maybe even more famously, Cap'n Jazz when he was like a teenager. I don't know if you've heard his stuff, but
I don't think so.
very impactful to me. The mushroom thing is from this school where they do mushroom. There's a podcast. Anyway, it's all from different places.
Yeah.
The most surprising maybe is a line from Adam Smith, I think, which is the one about we love more to hate. We want people to hate what we hate more than we want them to love what we love.
Yeah.
Which I think about every day now.
Yeah.
It seems like the simple solution to why we are where we are.
Yeah.
And then the part about life and death is part of what's chanted at the monastery, I think more than 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
As part of a bigger poem. And it's just like, yeah, that's relevant.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that the one that I stumbled on happened to be the one that you made. That's just cool. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, everything at the end. The end
Is
is
it
always
always you?
It's like notes from the editor kind
Oh,
of thing.
okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
It feels like that's where I can be indulgent. I don't want to be, obviously the whole thing is indulgent, but I don't want to be indulgent in the main body of the email. So the postscript, sure.
Yeah. Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
Well,
Should we keep
let's
walking?
keep walking. I'll reassemble the camera.
Maybe I'll share one more little thought
Yeah.
on all this, but also just on my art and life practice as I've been thinking about collaboration.
Yeah.
It came this week, kind of this like nice phrase, which is minor expression. The art I like to make is minor expressions of major relationships. And I was talking to my friend Richard, who maybe you know, and we've been working on like music sort of together, and he kept interviewing me about what I do, and it was hard for me to say like this is what I do. On the one hand, I am putting things together my way, but it feels like I'm just taking a cup of soup from a soup that's cooked daily through text messages with the 4 friends I mentioned and other people, and that the line between our conversation right now and what I make later today or the email that comes on Friday feels, unless it feels legally important to the other parties, from the perspective of nature feels completely irrelevant. I'm not going to think about it. And everything I make feels copyleft free for all, because we don't even know how it comes out in others. And so it's just, I like that minor expressions, to kind of put them, not take them as seriously as I have certainly in the past,
Right.
but let the relationships be the most important thing, because they are so strong and they do keep us alive.
Yeah.
And then texting becomes our practice, because our practice stops being important.
Right.
Yeah.
Minor expressions from major relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Keep tumbling it.
Yeah.
That's great.